y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if y'all are new. My name is Alexis Tion, and I make vlogs and lifestyle and sit down and haul type of content. Of course, in today's video, I decided to do a what it's like from my point of view living on an island, not just a typical island, but the island is kind of remote, like if I'm being honest. So in today's video, I'll do a what to expect when moving to Guam, what it's like living in Guam, and so much more. So if y'all are interested in getting the tea, then make sure you keep watching this video. So y'all, took some notes of what I kind of wanted to talk about, and I'm not gonna really be looking at my phone. I'm gonna get the topic and I'm gonna kind of explain it from my point of view, like my situations that I personally went through and experiencing whatever I wrote down. So hopefully it helps y'all out. You can always just leave a comment and ask me to elaborate on something below, or just hit me up secretly if you kind of want to know more about more, because a lot of things I just have to kind of watch what I say, if I'm being honest. First thing I'm going to talk about is the flight. This is also probably in random order, because like I said, as I think about it, I type it. And because I was asked to do the video, I wanted to make sure that I had some talking points to talk about. So the first thing I wrote down was to talk about flight situations and times. I'm from Georgia, and when I first got here, I never really thought that traveling was going to be an issue because I came from Europe. And it was so easy for me to travel. I was traveling almost every month, and even traveling back home, I probably paid like $1,800 for a plane ticket, which y'all are probably like, whoa, but it's overseas to back home. And because this is kind of a remote island, it is so expensive to travel back home. Me to fly to Atlanta is a good $2 to $3K on a good day. Oh my God, that rhyme. But yeah, so when I got here and I seen that, I had no intentions of traveling back home while I was here. Also, I kind of came here with the intentions of, hey, I'm gonna travel Asia because I traveled Europe. But when I also looked at plane tickets, the prices are just like way too high for me to kind of like, okay, I can go here like next month, or I can go there. And then I was used to a lot of flights that were like 2 hours to 3 hours, and then I came here. And there is no 2 to 3 hour type flights unless you go somewhere really nearby, which is a little slim, like you don't have many options. But yeah, and we're also in a pandemic. So of course plane tickets are gonna be super skyrocketed, but I have not got the chance to travel Asia like I planned to. And a lot of that reason is places are still closed, unfortunately. And like I said, the plane tickets are really expensive. And then a lot of flights that I even considered paying the price for it and taking them, it was a bunch of like day type of layovers. And I'm a girl probably that was gonna be traveling alone. So I didn't want to stay anywhere for a night by myself, especially in a foreign country, and I don't know, like, I don't understand the language. The next thing I have is that I'm going to talk about the dorms and what it was like living in the dorms. So y'all probably watching this video and this probably does not apply to you, and that's okay. But when I first got to Guam, I was put into the dorms. I was an A1T at the time when I first got here, but I was putting on senior airman in 2 months. And they thought it was a great idea to put me in the dorms for 2 months. I was put on senior airman in 2 weeks, sorry. But yeah, they decided to throw me into the dorms until I put on senior airman. So I'm used to I'm a little bougie, I admit that. I'm used to an upscale, very nice type of dorm. I'm not gonna say the dorms here are terrible, but it's just not what I was used to coming from a base that had really new type of dorms. So my experience when I got here, I was very taken back, because what I'm used to is, okay, you're medical, you get in these dorms. Your security forces, you get in these dorms. Your maintenance, like flight line type of people, you're in these dorms. Like it's like pretty much separated. But when I got here, I was mixed with Army, Navy. Like my roommate at the time, she was Navy. She was really cool, but she was a Navy girl. And we're different. Like, yeah, we are different. So I was just not like, I was so taken back by it. I was not used to it. My previous dorm, I had a kitchen in my dorm. I had a washer and dryer in my dorm, but when I got here, everything was shared. I forgot what it's called. It was like the college dorms, and it's like you share everything pretty much. The only thing I kind of had with my roommate was just the bathroom and the shower. But yeah, luckily I did promote really fast and I was able to get out the dorms, and that's gonna lead me into my next thing. Rent here in Guam is so freaking expensive. I cannot make this up. It is so high. Don't really come here with the intent of thinking that if you move off base, you're gonna save a lot of money, or this is a place where you're gonna like just not spend a lot and save a lot. Like it's doable, but like I said, it's a very, very expensive place. I don't want you guys to take that out of context. So rent here starting off for a single active person is $22.05. Finding a place that is cheaper than $22.05, especially as an active duty person, is so hard because a lot of people know how much you make and they're automatically gonna start the rates at the price that you're getting. And then for meal to meal, it's a good 44 something. So just know that a lot of places you find, people already know like your status and that they're gonna base the rent price off of your status. So yeah, everything is pretty much expensive, especially the rent. Ciao. My next thing is gonna be power. I'm currently going through something at the place that I live at now with my power bill just being like way too high and me barely even being at my place. And I'm a big like conservative energy. Like I don't use a lot of power, period. I unplug everything. Like I'm cheap, if I'm being honest. You can find good places where they don't kind of like charge you that much for power. Like it seems kind of fair. Like at my last place, for example, I feel like I was paying a pretty good rate for power, and then I moved, and then now I feel like I'm kind of getting ripped off for power. And I've kind of voiced that a lot. This is not a complaint type of video, but it's more of an informational video to let you know that just be mindful, especially coming from the States, that maybe you can leave a light on all night and your power bill ain't even like that crazy or that expensive. But when you come here, if you're not on base, I would recommend like definitely get into conserving like your energy. But like I said, you can't find places that will not try to charge you an arm and a leg for power. There is only one power company on the island, so it does kind of suck when you have problems or you feel like you are being charged too much to kind of fight those issues, just because it's only one person. Like you can't make other companies compete because you only have one company. So yeah, the same with water as well, but I'm not gonna stay on that spiel for too long. So when I first got here, like I said, I came from Europe, and my cell phone service in Europe, I had a company called 3. My first night here, 3 changed to another like local company that Guam had, but it didn't work. Like I was in the dorms my first night here. I'm thinking because my phone said it switched over that I was gonna be able to like call my family and say, hey, I made it, I'm in my dorm. No, it did not work. Verizon does not work here as well. I had Verizon before I got here. Like way before I even went to Europe, I had Verizon, and I learned Verizon does not work overseas. So yeah, that's just a little heads up. I did have to go and get a local cell phone service. That's not a terrible thing to me. I feel like it's a decent type of service. Other people will like, I will get this, get that. But personally, like I'm okay with the cell phone service that I got. Like I feel like it's a cell phone service, like whatever. The food prices, and I have cost of living again. As y'all can see, the cost of living is kind of like bad. So for the food prices, like I said, because it is, I don't know if you want to call this remote, but it is kind of a far away type of island. So a lot of food prices are super high compared to what you would probably experience anywhere else. For instance, just the other day, I was at the commissary on base and I grabbed a pack of strawberries thinking I'm about to get these strawberries, and I look at the price and it says $9.68 a pound. And I don't want y'all to say inflation. It's not inflation because it's been like that since I got here. So yeah, just expect to pay a little bit more, especially when it comes to your fresh fruits, your fresh veggies. Like just expect to pay a lot more in like food prices. A lot of things aren't all the way jacked up. Like you can definitely get some veggies, like some fresh veggies that are still like pretty much affordable, but just know that your select popular things there may be a rise in the price compared to what you're used to. Like I said, cost of living is expensive. I know gas is high everywhere, but specifically here, gas is high. Like off-base gas is very much high. Would not recommend you do it. Just stick to getting gas on base. I rode by yesterday, I believe, and gas was $5.68 a gallon. So yeah, I never got gas off base personally because of that reason. It was so hard to find somebody to do my hair. I have really curly 4C type of hair. So just finding someone to do my protective styling, it was so hard. So luckily I ran into I think it was one of my coworkers like that was leaving as soon as I got here, and she was like, "Are you on Sisters of Guam?" And I was like, "What's that?" And then she was like, "Oh no, man, like you need to get on Sisters of Guam right now." So she sent me the link, and I ended up getting on there and connecting with a bunch of people and just seeing a bunch of different type of services that was catered especially to women, but women who have more in common with me, like who look like me. So that felt good, being able to find like that particular group, especially like it's a Facebook group, but it felt really good for me. Like it made me feel a little bit more welcomed, because it's just, I don't know if you've ever been overseas or been somewhere where you just don't really see a lot of people that kind of look like you. You're a new person and you just kind of feel like left out. So when I got on that page, I was able to see like people were posting like them doing hair, like their hair businesses, their lash business, their wax business. Like it was just so many women just promoting so many things. And like I said, they looked like me, so it just made me feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more welcome being here. Another page that I do want to shout out is Melanin on Guam. That's definitely a good page as well to get on there and just be able to connect with people that kind of look like me and maybe look like you as well, but they just like to have a good time. It's all love. They have events, like it just kind of puts you in the loop. There's people on there that sell like Jamaican food, African food. Like it's just like a good place to kind of connect and to not feel so left out, like I said. So my next thing would be the weather out here. Of course, it's like a tropical island, so it's pretty much raining about 65% of the time, but not every single day it's raining. But I freaking love Guam, y'all. Like, I know it probably doesn't sound that way, but I'm trying to give y'all the facts before just giving y'all my opinions. But I do love the island. The weather does not bother me at all. Like I said, pretty much like on the average, it's always sunny. It's always a nice type of day, unless you do have your rainy days and you do have a rainy season. So I do recommend just like researching like rainy season months, always having like typhoon starter kits. Luckily, thank God, praise God, there hasn't been a typhoon since I've been here, and there probably won't be one while I'm here as well. I actually pray they never have one. But yeah, just make sure that you do have like typhoon type of kits. You do prepare for frequent power outages, because that does happen a lot here. And then, like I said, just wherever you go, I really recommend bringing an umbrella in the case that it does like rain a little bit. Rain never lasts long here. Like the way to know if it's gonna rain all day, this is actually not a fact at all. This is just me, what I think, is if you wake up in the morning and it's dark outside and it's raining, and by lunchtime, if it's still dark outside, it's not clearing up. But if you wake up in the morning, it's dark outside, but by lunchtime the sun is coming out, it's not gonna rain the rest of the day, so you're good. So yeah, just make sure you kind of prepare for like frequent showers. But other than that, like every day is sunshine. So some of my favorite beaches to go to, I love going to all the beaches down in Tumon. I feel like Ipao is a good friendly type of beach if you have a family. I do kind of recommend any beach in Tumon for family type environments. Pretty much any beach, by the way, but I do actually recommend y'all to like search like beaches in Guam. Go out and do your own research on like what type of like atmosphere you like. But personally, my favorite beach would be the beaches down in Tumon. When I first got here, every single Sunday, I was at Jimmy D's faithfully, because if you don't know, Jimmy D's used to be the place to be before the sea came and hit and the whole world closed. But yeah, I've taken my dog to Jimmy D's like a lot of times. If you do have dogs and they're like social and they want to get out. On Sundays, everybody does go to Jimmy D's and they bring their dogs, and it's just like a big atmosphere of people on the beach and dogs as well. Like I said, there's plenty of other beaches to visit in Guam. The thing would be is that if you like to snorkel, I highly recommend going to Fish Eye. And when you go to Fish Eye, I think they're open, so you may not have to take like your own food, but if you do, take like some fish food and just like snorkel and see all the fish come up. I think I have a vlog on here with me going snorkeling, and y'all can kind of see that in the vlog. I think I have one. And then my other place would be Gab Gab at Navy. I absolutely love going to Gab Gab because for some reason I just like, it's a lot of like Navy people and like military people, of course, but I just like kind of being like, it's just a good atmosphere for me to be around. And I feel like I see like really big fish at Gab Gab and it's so scary, but I really just got into snorkeling when I got here, and like those are the places I like. So I'll just say I've done a few hikes. I do recommend, if you are an outdoorsy person, make sure of course you download, I think it's an app called All Trails. Not them getting this free promo from me, because I don't do that. But yeah, All Trails, just to stay on track of the hike that you're doing. I've done Lam Lam now that I think about it, and I've done a few more hikes. Aggie Cove, Lam Lam, Tarzan, and there was another one. And maybe two more that I've done that I can't remember off the top. I really like Aggie Cove. I think that it's a really pretty area. Like once you get to the water, a lot of the hikes here are really pretty. So I do recommend just like go to All Trails and just look up hikes in Guam to do. And it kind of gives you the trail to hike to make sure you stay on track. But I do recommend definitely go out and go hiking. It's just like a lot of cool things to see, especially if you're like an outdoorsy type person, or you just want to see like a little bit of nature works. Definitely do a hike. Like, don't do them all when you first get here, kind of stagger them so you don't get tired. I know people who've done hikes, like immediately as soon as they got here, they was hitting all the hikes. Their first or second month here, and then now they're like, bro, like there's nothing to do because you already did it. Like, so don't be that person, don't do that. Some places that I recommend eating at, I really wish that I would have wrote this down because I'm a big foodie. I love to eat, and I'm probably gonna leave some off. So for my Thai food, I personally love to go to Ban Thai. However, there's only 2 to 3 things that I love to get on their menu that I always get when I go. I never switch it up. Any of their curries are freaking amazing. They also won Pika's Best Thai Food for 2021. So Ban Thai, definitely for the curry, for the pad see, and for the prawn rolls. Like definitely love them for sure. For my local type food, I know somebody probably gonna say it's hyped up, but I love Fat Boy Slims. For my local type barbecue Fat Boy Slims or any of the food trucks. On Tuesday night, there's like food trucks in Dudado, and then Thursday night, I think they're in Hagania, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, man. So yeah, a lot of times you can just go. I recommend going to those food trucks when you first get here. Like I said, Tuesday and Thursday nights. Tuesday night in Dudado, and Thursday night in Hagania. But yeah, definitely go to the food trucks. Definitely try them all out and just see like which ones you like. If you don't like it, like don't down it. Definitely go to the next one again and just like try them all out and just see what you like. But I definitely love Fat Boy Slims. I like to eat ramen sometimes. I go to Fuji downtown in Tumon. For my like Spanish food, it's really a judgmental, sensitive type of topic. Because every time I'm around somebody, like an authentic person that makes really good Spanish food, they hate the Spanish food here. But I'm like, it's not authentic, but it's versions of that you can get that taste pretty good. There is a house though that I'm trying to try. It's right across from Home Center in Dudado, and it normally has a person out there with his little cones. He be like getting it out there and shit. But yeah, I heard they have the best Spanish food on island, so I'm trying to go down there. I'm trying to see what that be like. I do like Misa Zone. A lot of people don't like that, but I do like Misa Zone. They have canes here. They have like Red Lobster, Canes, Fridays, Chili's, so on and so forth. I'm sure you can look it up and see what you like. But the next thing I have is, what is the nightlife? What is the nightlife like? Slash the partying scene like in Guam. It's ran by the Navy. Seriously. Normally there is like a lot of like Navy people here too that are like downtown just going crazy. So yeah, the partying scene for me, I don't really party much here. Like I said, I was overseas, I was in Europe, and I lived my best life at the partying scene in Europe. I came to Guam and I said, what is this? What is this? Just a heads up, majority, like 95% of everything on the weekend for nightlife closes at 2 a.m. When 1:45 hits, be prepared to start like having to evacuate certain places unless you know hole in the wall spots that are open at a later time. Some places that I like when I do go out, like some places I can kind of recommend to y'all. I'm not gonna really shout out a lot of places because I'm not sure how these places will be when this video ages, because I'm sure this video will age and the views will go up and people will try to go to these places and like it just won't be the same. So a lot of the clubs are automatically all together. First of all, every single thing that you probably want to do in terms of city and partying is downtown, if I'm being honest. A lot of the clubs are all the clubs are in the same like lot. Like all of them are in the same lot. You have the W, you got Molly's, you got Cowboy Ninja. Any of those three, those are where the people are gonna be at if you're one of those people who like to go out and be around people. As far as just like your little pregame or something, you have right now, Slippery Fish has been popping lately because their music changed. You have Shamrocks, you have Porky's, you have Live House. If Porky's and Live House, if you like non-R&B type of music, you should go there. I've never been there, but I've heard good things about those. You have The Drop. It's like literally walk the strip downtown and wherever you see people go, you can kind of go if that's like your type of crowd, your thing to do, just kind of see what everybody else is doing. So yeah, the nightlife, it's not terrible, it's definitely doable, but like I said, I came from a place where I was able to travel to a different country every month and experience a different type of nightlife, so I expect a certain thing and I don't get that here, but that's not a bad thing. So the next thing I want to talk about is like places to shop and shipping costs. So here you would swear Ross is Target. They don't have Target, they don't have Walmart, by the way. They do have a Kmart, they do have a Ross. That's pretty, like, it doesn't really get any better than that. They have a mall and there's a Macy's. Like I said, it's just not as many options. Like there's a Foot Locker for my sneakerheads out there. There's just not as many options as we do have in the States, of course. For shipping things to Guam, I have ran into a lot of problems when I'm trying to ship things here. It's just like so hard for people to, a lot of people don't ship to Guam. You can do Amazon, of course, but Amazon has recently started doing this thing where they're having trouble with the flights. I'm assuming it's because of everything that's going on in the world, and then we're still in a pandemic. So sometimes you'll order something on Amazon and it'll be stuck saying like order received, but you won't be charged, it won't be shipped, it will just be stuck. And that can sit there for 2 months or so on and so forth, or it can sit there for a day. You just kind of never know. You just have to be the best judgment. I had a package literally sit there for a month and I really needed it, so I had to go ahead and cancel it, and I was really devastated. And I do have Prime, but I can say, so Prime here, it does not really matter if you have Prime or not. You're not gonna get anything in a day or two on Amazon. Like, not realistic, totally not realistic. So yeah, but it does help in a sense of if you want your package to ship in 2 weeks versus a month but then again, you have that problem where orders are saying order received and your package is still not shipping. So you just kind of gotta like plan it out. I still have Prime, I still pay for Prime. It is what it is. The next thing I was gonna say is, like I told y'all when I first got here, I was living in the dorms, so I had to, when I moved out, I had to furnish a place. So me trying to find furniture was like furniture that was affordable, that I actually liked, that fit my aesthetic of like, I'm sure you could look at me and see what my aesthetic of furniture is. Not super girly, not super glam, but a lot of neutrals, a lot of like, it's giving like restoration hardware, okay? So for furniture, there is one place that I really, or a few places that I was able to look and see like furniture. Just look them up, honestly. But of course, you know, the BX and then the next, which is the Navy Exchange, they have a lot of options for furniture. Actually, Anderson's BX is starting to move up when it comes to furniture, which is a really good thing because before it was so select. I don't think I mentioned this, but in terms of like shopping for the girlies, it's not a lot of options as well. When I got here, there used to be a Forever 21, but it ended up getting closed down. So there is a few like places that you can like find in the mall or like at the, what is it called? At GPO, Guam Premier Outlet, like probably like 1 or 2 stores that you can kind of see, like find like these little stores in the mall that sell, or little store in the mall that sell things that are catered to, if you like to wear what I wear, if you want to know what I like to wear, just look at my Instagram. I look at my old videos and see what my style kind of is, like things that are in. You can find like onesie, twosie places here, but it's not a lot of options. So I do have to order offline a lot for clothing. I haven't had a situation where like a lot of clothing places can't ship here. However, for my gym people out there like myself, Gymshark cannot ship to Guam, like, period. I've already emailed the company. I've tried to ship something 3 times and they cannot ship it to me. But other like athletic wear brands pretty much can't ship here. But just ask beforehand. If you don't ask, of course, they'll just like send it back and they'll probably let you know. So yeah, I don't have this on here, but the time difference, we are a day ahead from most places in the world, unless you're like just used to like pack out or Asia time. So just like trying to communicate to like people back home, like you kind of have to plan it strategically. For me, like I said, my home of residence is Georgia. So, and I was already overseas, so I'm kind of used to a time difference and my family's kind of used to that too. But here it was a much significant time difference than what I'm used to. So for me, when I'm just waking up, my family is later in their day, winding down, eating dinner, getting off of work, getting ready for bed. And then when I'm getting off of work, which I only have like work days, like a morning, like an 8-hour morning to afternoon type shift. When I'm getting off of work, my family is pretty much like waking up to start their day of the day that I'm ending, if that makes sense. So yeah, just trying to figure out timelines and things. That's just like something that's kind of important. Now, there is a lot of stray like animals. When I say animals, like dogs, cats, you'll see a lot of pigs. You can ride down the road and randomly see a caribou. And I don't know why, but I get so excited every time I see a caribou on the side of the road. I just like, oh my God, like a caribou. Like it just makes me so happy because like, I don't know, it just reminds me of the country a lot of times riding around here. So it just like, I don't know. I like seeing the animals. If animals bother you, then you're gonna have to kind of get used to it. But yeah, like I said, there is a ton of stray dogs here. A lot of people are gonna kind of try to convince you to adopt a pet. I ended up rescuing my dog from here. But a lot of people end up leaving their pets because it costs so much to ship them off the island. But there is programs that kind of help you like ship your pet for a cheaper price. I know people that have paid a good $10K to ship like 3 pets to here, good $10K to let 3 pets leave here. So you just kind of have to like make sure that when you do come and you get a dog like or a cat or a pet, that you kind of are like financially prepared to pay X amount to ship your pet to and from this island. So yeah, just make sure like you're pretty stable with your finances and flexible. So lastly but not least, certainly not least, when I first got here, a problem that I ran into was with my GTC card. If you don't know what a GTC card is, then 9 times out of 10 you should probably show, if you have an active duty person that you're like with or married to, you should probably show this part to them because this is important. When I first got here, like I said, I came from overseas for the 30th time. I said that in the video. But when I first got here and I went to finance, I asked for my GTC card for them to automatically pay it. And I signed something saying that they would. And then months went by and I'm getting these mail like cards from Citi, which is who our GTC cards are with, and they're saying, hey, you have an overdue balance. And I'm like, that's impossible because I signed something saying that it would be paid, like automatically pulled from me, not me having to pay it. So it ended up resulting that it was not pulled from me and I did have to go back and pay it. So when you do get here, always make sure that you are just cognizant at all times of your GTC card. When you do like in process and everything, and I know how y'all see that y'all be getting the extra money, because I was like, ooh, extra money. Like, girl, that was my whole GTC payment. So yeah, just make sure when you see extra money in your account, you kind of set it aside in the case that your GTC card did not get paid off and you do have to pay it off. Just make sure that you're just kind of on top of a lot of things like your finances. Like I said, I do love this island. Of course, no place is extremely perfect. I haven't been to a place that had like every single thing that I did, no flaws, but I really like it here. I think it's a beautiful place. I like going to the beach. I'm an outdoorsy type person. I just don't like bugs. Ooh, geckos. There's a lot of geckos, and geckos like to come in your house. They like to make an appearance in places that you probably like, why are y'all even here, child? So just be aware that you have potentially possibility of geckos coming in place. Me, like I said, I'm very, very terrified of rodents, bugs, count me out, all of that. So that is the one thing that just like kind of like, but I do love this island. I'm really, really sad that I'll be leaving. And yeah, I really did love it here. I felt like it was meant for me to come here. Like how my journey worked out, like it was really meant for me to come here. And the weather, like I'm a tropical person. Like I just love being in warm atmospheres. I love being able to have the option to wear a bikini every single day if I wanted to, because the weather is just nice like that. And then of course, when it rains, it's not raining for long. So yeah, if I could like say, like give you guys any advice for y'all coming here, I would say just be open-minded. Like be open to learning about like their culture, be open to like just being nice and pleasant to people, because like you're not from here, like you don't live here. So just like being a little bit more graceful towards like the local people, the population, and just like finding like the beauty in the island. And maybe if you don't like it when you get here, just trying to twist your mind to experience what you like about it. Like that's how I like to view it. I haven't had a bad experience at all while being here. I kind of just wanted to give my spiel. When I got here, I felt pretty much alone because I didn't know anyone. I was coming from, like nobody from my old base came here. It was just me. I didn't know anybody. All my coworkers had families, they had kids. So I really just felt like it was just me. The island is really small. I've drove the island before from the top all the way to the bottom just in a day. Like you can do it in a few hours if you wanted to on a good day with no traffic. And yeah, I just really like doing things like that. Getting a car also was like one of the hardest things for me when I got here. Like I said, I was very young. Had never bought a car before, like no experience of how to even buy a car, which if you are kind of in that same situation, you can kind of go back and watch my old videos. I kind of made some crazy choices when it came to buying a car, but now my head is on right and I'm more focused on making more adult decisions because I feel like being here, like I said, it's kind of destined for me to be here. Like I matured so fast and realized like what doesn't excite me, what I don't like anymore. That's beyond the point of what this video is about. But just buying a car, like make sure you ask people. Like if you don't know, if you never have bought a car, you don't have credit, like you don't know the process, ask me. Like I would be glad to get you some answers. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, make sure you just leave them in the comments below. This video was like pretty much an informational type video because like I said, I just felt so alone when I got here from not knowing anybody and being so far away from home again, that I just kind of like, I wanted to share things that I kind of learned along the way. I know it could have been more lengthier or more longer, but if you have any questions for me, I'm always open to answering it. I'm a pretty approachable, nice type of person. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will talk to you guys later.